You're listening to the Intuitive Souls podcast. I am your host, Erica Russo, and this podcast is designed to educate, inspire, and enlighten. Let's wake up together. Hey guys, and welcome to the show. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I am glad the universe led you here. My name is Erica Russo from SibylAndSarah.com, and today is a Q&A episode. I'm really super stoked about this one because I have some really juicy, really amazing questions, and I cannot wait to share some insight on them and hopefully, give you guys some ideas to kind of cultivate a better life for yourself. So before we even dive into that, I just want to take a minute to express some gratitude for every single one of you that is sending me love through Instagram or leaving a review on iTunes, because it helps me get this podcast to the ears that need to hear it. And I have decided that I am going to go ahead and when I hit 100 reviews, I'm going to send out 10 free coupon or promo codes, whatever you want to call it, to receive one of my 4 Udemy courses for free. So if you have a moment, I would really appreciate it if you go head on over to iTunes, leave a review, but it is important to remember to take a screenshot before you submit it, because after you submit it, there's no way of us knowing that you wrote it. So go ahead and do that, and then you can send over the screenshot to me at Erica, ERICA, at SibylAndSarah.com. All of this information is going to be in the show notes for you. Again, I really would appreciate it. And like I said, once we hit, I think we have something like 20 rating, 20 or something along those lines. So once we get to 100, I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably do like a Facebook Live or Instagram Live where I choose 10 winners to receive coupon or promo codes to grab one of my courses for free. So let's go ahead and dive into this Q&A section, because I'm really super stoked about this because there are some really good questions. So the first question comes from Lee from Georgia, and her question is, when you tap into spirit, what do you do with it? What questions do you ask them? So if you don't know, guys, I am an evidential medium. I am a trained evidential medium, and when you are practicing evidential, that's the big word, that's the key word, evidential mediumship, you have to at least have a couple of forms of information before you even open your mouth. And that is called your calling card. So your calling card should be 1, obviously the gender, 2, the relationship to the sitter, what this spirit feels like to you. Does it feel like a grandfather? Does it feel like a husband? Does it feel like a contemporary, like a friend or a cousin? And you also want to know around the age that this person has passed. Are they in their mid-60s? Was it younger? Was it older? So it's basically, before you even open your mouth, this is how I was trained. And this is basically kind of, like I said, this is called the calling card. What you need to know is gender, age, how they died, or the relationship to the sitter. And that is really I don't open my mouth until I have all those pieces of information. So there you go. I hope that helps you, Lee. And then number 2 is having difficulty communicating with spirits and guide the last few days. Why? And that's from Robin. So Robin, I have learned along the way that sometimes we have these things called psychic blocks. Now, there might be things happening around you that you are blocking yourself off to spirit. You might be under, deep stress conditions, or there just might be so much chaos around you that you're just kind of disconnected to spirit, to your intuition, and it happens. That's okay. Even the best of us have those days where we're just totally bummed out and we're just not feeling it and we're not connected whatsoever. So if I were you, what I would do with that, when I notice that I might feel a little disconnected to spirit or my higher self, the first thing I do is kind of do a checklist for myself and see, okay, if I can't connect, if I'm feeling disconnected, there might be something wrong with my connection. Because here's the thing, guys, spirit is always there. Spirit is always trying to communicate with us. Spirit is abundant and it's always, always there. So it's never a problem with spirit, okay? It's usually us that we have the problem. So what I say to do with that is kind of do the checklist. Have you been dealing with stress? Have you been under, circumstances that don't really allow you to connect as easily as you have done so before? So I would go ahead and do a sea salt bath. My recipe is pretty good. I do 1 cup sea salt, 1 cup Epsom salt, and then a half a cup of baking soda. I like putting the Epsom salt and the baking soda in because it just brings more added benefits. It clears out toxins and all that good shit. So go ahead and give yourself a sea salt bath. You want to relax in it for at least 30 minutes. And the key is you cannot shower afterwards because you need to allow the sea salt to work its magic. So go ahead and do that. Maybe do a chakra clearing meditation. So you just clear all your chakras. So, your energy body is nice and good to go to receive intuitive guidance. And you can also give yourself Reiki or, that's always good because that helps clear out all that nasty energy. You could do tapping. There's a lot to do that will help you overcome whatever blockage you are dealing with right now. And another thing that I want to point out, if none of this works for you, what you can do is sometimes maybe they take, your spirit guides might take a step back because you're going through something that you need to do yourself. And I know that sounds a little weird, but it has happened for me before where something has occurred in my life. And instead of relying on my guides, I had to learn how to trust my own connection and just be absolutely fearless and learn how to deal with it head on without any advice. And maybe that might be happening for you. I don't feel so. I feel like it's more of just kind of like a connection block, which, like I said, don't freak out over because it's totally normal. It happens to the best of us. So go ahead and do all those things, and I hope that works for you. So the next question is, hey, Erica, I recently got into crystals and just finished your Crystal Junkie Masterclass, which was amazing. Oh, thank you. My question is, how do I know if my crystals are working? I know it sounds like a silly question, but are there ways I can know that my crystals are charged and cleared correctly? That's a really good question, actually. So what I would say is try to become attuned to the energy. Okay, so that just means when I get a crystal, I will clear it, obviously, and I will charge it and set it with my intentions. But then I will take a minute. It doesn't even have to be a big thing, but I will hold the crystal and I will really focus in on the energy that I am receiving from holding this crystal. How does it feel? How do I feel holding this crystal? What colors are coming into my mind's eye? What lines, what zigzags, what is coming up for me? That is you attuning to the energy of the crystal. You can do this with anything, okay? It doesn't just have to be a crystal. It can be a box of tissues. Actually, that's what we actually did in one of my psychic development courses was we attuned to a box of tissues and then we attuned to a big chunk of kyanite. And you would be very surprised at like the information in which you receive when you are tuning to the energy and the frequencies. So go ahead and do that. Again, the more you do it, the more practice you do, the better off you're going to be. The easier it is for you to read the energy. A lot of the times, like I'll kind of know intuitively that my crystals need to be charged just because of just maybe I'm getting a little agitated quicker than I usually do, or it's just there's been a lot of energy coming in and out of my house, and I just kind of get like a download that it needs to be cleared. But that is a really simple way that you can help yourself attune to the energy so you can know when it's time to clear your crystals. So, number 4. Oh, and by the way, Amanda, that was really sweet. I'm glad that you liked the Crystal Junkie Masterclass. I really appreciate that. So I hope that answered your question. So number 4 is I have recently gotten out of a semi-toxic relationship. It has been 9 years of on and off and him gaslighting me. I was told by a psychic that he was my twin flame, and being a healer myself, I feel I kept going back because I wanted to fix him. He recently called me last weekend wanting to set up plans, and I just don't know what to do. There is one part of me that is still holding on to hope, and there is another part that is telling me to run away. I guess I am just looking for some advice. Amber. Okay. Amber, our minds, right, we are programmed to think a certain way. And I don't really like the whole concept of twin flames, and I'm going to tell you why. A lot of girls, okay, a lot of women believe that twin flames means it's crazy and it's, just passionate and it's fighting and it's all of this. And they use this label twin flame to use it to keep on going back to a toxic relationship, okay? A lot of people want to believe that these twin flame relationships are something written in the stars where it's just a lesson that you have to learn. And I don't like using that term because it's so easy to label a toxic relationship, oh, he's my twin flame, when it's actually like, no, not so much. You need to learn it. And just because he's your twin flame, even if he is your twin flame, doesn't mean that you deserve to be gaslighted for 9 years, and doesn't mean that you deserve to be in these circumstances where you feel less of or you don't feel appreciated. Remember that. Just because he is your twin flame doesn't mean that you need to be in a relationship where you are unhappy and you are sad, okay? You are here to experience joy. Simple. You are not here to heal anyone. You are not here to go through this abuse over and over again. You're here to learn from it and walk away, all right? If you're already labeling this relationship toxic, that should be an indication to you that you need to walk away. You don't deserve, none of us, nobody, okay? Nobody deserves to be in a relationship where it makes you feel less of a person, okay? You need to ask yourself, are you the best version of yourself when you are with this person? Is this person respecting you most of the time or all of the time? Is this person someone who wants to see you succeed? Is this person wanting to see you grow? Because if they're trying to keep you small, if they're trying to keep you unhappy and questioning yourself, this is not the relationship you should be in. So I'm throwing some tough love in there just because I just believe that you already know the answer. I mean, this question to me sounds like that you already intuitively know that you need to walk away from this. You don't need, send him light and love, but I don't think that this is the relationship for you. And regardless if this person is your twin flame or not, that doesn't mean he has to be in your life. Okay? So I hope that was insightful. I wish you the very best, and I hope that you find joy. So the number 5 is, can you give me any tips on how to manifest a healthy, happy relationship? I am so sick of attracting a certain type of guy, fuck boys, and I'm wanting a more stable, healthy relationship that I can grow in. Thanks for your help, Taylor. Okay, Taylor. So, okay. So what I have seen with women manifesting really great relationships is that they're not looking for them. Some of the best relationships that I have seen with my own eyes are when the woman is totally okay in her own skin before even getting into the relationship. They're not, worried about finding him. They know that divine timing is going to happen and that, the right guy is going to come when they are ready for him. And I would just say, don't even think. I would write down exactly what you want in a man, exactly what you want in a relationship, from his physical appearance to his characteristics to what he does for work, and write it all down, envision him, but then forget about it. Like, seriously, forget about it. Put it in a shoebox, leave it in your journal. I don't care, but totally forget about that. When you're writing that down, you're giving something away to the universe, being like, yo, when I'm ready, I want you to holla at your girl and give me this guy, okay? So we need to kind of like set it and forget it when we're trying to manifest something. We can't have it totally or consume our lives. So that's what I would do. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for him to show up, date yourself, girl. Go ahead. Like, seriously, work on yourself. Go ahead and learn what you want out of life. Learn your desires, learn your dreams, live your dreams. Do things that scare you every single day. Try new things, meet new people, travel. Just be by yourself, date yourself. Because I've seen, what I have learned is that women who are single for long periods of time and they're not looking for a man are the happiest women I've ever met. When they're single, they're not freaking out about finding their next boyfriend. They're not freaking out about finding their next relationship or date. They're just enjoying being single. So go ahead and date yourself. Go ahead, take yourself out to a movie by yourself. Go see a club or something along those lines. Do whatever you want to do. And that is my advice to you. Just live it up. So guys, I really enjoyed this. I really, really liked this because I want to give you guys as much value as I possibly can. So please, I'm going to go ahead and I will leave in the not in the comments. I will go ahead and probably next month I will do it in my Insta stories or something like that, where you guys can send me your questions and I will do another Q&A episode because I'm kind of digging this. Guys, it's been a pleasure and I will see you soon.